Shalom and welcome to Parashat Kedoshim, Leviticus 19:1 through 20:27. I'm going to do a short video on the Torah, godly reason, and the heart. We start with Leviticus 19:9 through 10, which says, "When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not reap all the way to the edges of your field, or gather the gleanings of your harvest. You shall not pick your vineyard bare, or gather the fallen fruit of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger. I am the Lord your God." We find this verse used as part of the examples of godly reason in the book of 4th Maccabees. The book of 4th Maccabees is a philosophical treatise about godly reason. The introduction to 4th Maccabees says, "Being about to demonstrate an especially philosophical subject, whether devout reason, which is the same as godly reason, Eusebes logismos, is absolute master of the emotions. I should probably advise you rightly so, that you might readily pay attention to the philosophy. For the subject is also necessary for everyone to attain knowledge, and in addition, it includes the praise of the greatest virtue, indeed, wisdom. If then reason appears to rule over the emotions that hinder moderation, both gluttony and lust, but also reason appears to control the emotions that impede justice, such as malice, and the emotions that impede courage, including anger and pain and fear." And it continues, but getting to the part where it talks about this verse, 4th Maccabees 2:9 through 12 says, "And if someone was selfishly frugal, then by the law he rules through reason, neither gleaning the harvest nor gathering grapes from the vineyard. And on the other matters, he is to acknowledge this, that reason is the ruler over the emotions. For the law rules even over the affection toward parents, not abandoning virtue because of them, and it rules over the love toward the wife, convicting her for breaking of the law, and it masters the love of children, punishing for their evil deeds. And it is master over the loving friendship, convicting them for wickedness." This passage skillfully connects Leviticus 19:9 and 10 with Leviticus 19:17, when it talks about convicting your wife or friend. Leviticus 19:17 says, "You shall not hate your kinsfolk in your heart, reprove your kinsman, but incur no guilt because of him." This convicting is the same as reproving. Now, coming to the word translated as reason, in the Greek it is logismos. Logismos is one of the translations of the word machashava. Rabbi Shaul HaShaliach, or the Apostle Paul, picks up on this word in Romans chapter 1 and 2. And I will be showing where he picks it up in the Aramaic. To give context to his usage, I will be starting at Romans 1:18 through 19. It says, "For the wrath of Elohim is revealed from heaven upon all iniquity and the wickedness of men, those who hold the truth in iniquity, because the knowledge of Elohim is revealed among them, for Elohim revealed it among them." Verses 21 and 29 read, "Because they knew Elohim, and they did not glorify him as Elohim, and give thanks to him, but were made vain in their reasoning." The Aramaic says, in my Sephardic Hebrew pronunciation, b'machshevat hun, literally, in the reasoning of them. If you look carefully, you can see machshevat is cognate to the Hebrew. Continuing, it says, "And their heart was darkened without understanding." Verse 29 reads, "Being filled with all iniquity and sexual immorality, and bitterness, and evil, and greed, and envy, and slaughter, and treachery, and deceit, and evil reasoning." V'machshavata bishata. This evil reasoning would be the exact opposite of the Eusebes logismos, or godly reasoning. Paul then continues his argument that the law is reason in Romans 2:12 through 16, saying, "For those who have, without the Torah, sinned, will also perish without the Torah, and those who, in the Torah, have sinned from the Torah will be judged. For the hearers of the Torah are not righteous before Elohim, but the doers of the Torah are justified. For if the Goyim, or the Gentiles, whom the Torah is not to, from their nature do acts of the Torah, while the Torah is not to them, to their nefashot there is a Torah. And they show the work of the Torah as it is written upon their heart. And so this is obviously talking about Gentiles who do believe in the Messiah. That it is written on their heart, as Jeremiah says, and their conscience bears witness concerning them, as their own reasoning is machshevatun, and even in the Greek it uses the word logismon, which is related to the word logismos, will rebuke them or defend one another in the day that Elohim judges the secret things of the sons of men, according to my good news by the hand of Yeshua the Messiah. Thank you for watching, and I pray this little study has blessed you, and may you have a peaceful Shabbat. Shalom.